The next question concerns a peaceful settlement. You also answered recently that in principle you see potential in this and even invited Volodymyr Zelensky to Moscow. But the Ukrainian Foreign Ministry officially refused. So, as I understand it, though maybe I'm mistaken, does this mean that in the near future we can't talk about any steps toward a peaceful settlement?
Well, I would still ask you to stay closer to the topic of Asia-Pacific economic cooperation. But I understand that without resolving such acute issues, cooperation as a whole is burdened. So your questions are legitimate, but what can I say? First of all, not so long ago, the leadership of the Kyiv regime, to put it mildly, actually spoke rather disparagingly about us and completely ruled out any possibility of direct contacts. Now we can clearly see that they are currently asking for these contacts, or at the very least, they are proposing them. I have stated many times already that I am fully ready and willing for these contacts to take place. But at that press conference in Beijing, which you mentioned earlier, I said that I do not see much point in it at this particular time. Why is that the case? Because it will be practically impossible to reach an agreement with the Ukrainian side on the most crucial and fundamental issues, even if there is political will, which I must say I sincerely doubt. There are significant legal and technical difficulties. Specifically, any agreements regarding territories must be confirmed by a nationwide referendum in accordance with the Constitution of Ukraine. In order to hold such a referendum, martial law must first be lifted. A referendum cannot be held under martial law. If martial law is lifted, a presidential election must be held immediately. After the referendum is held, if it is held, regardless of the outcome, a decision from the Constitutional Court must be obtained. And the Constitutional Court is not functioning because after inquiries, at least as I understand it, were made to the Constitutional Court regarding the legitimacy of the current authorities. The court avoided making any decisions, and the head of the regime simply ordered the security not to allow the chairman of the Constitutional Court into his office. That's the kind of democracy they have there. And the chairman of the Supreme Court is simply sitting in prison on corruption charges, which is well known. Ukraine has plenty of corruption. But why did they have to put the chairman of the Supreme Court behind bars in particular? It's not very clear. Well, although it is quite clear that things have now reached the point of essentially destroying the judicial system as such, this is yet another vivid and unmistakable sign of the so-called democratic nature of today's Ukrainian authorities. So this ongoing and seemingly endless process is ultimately leading nowhere. Nevertheless, as we have stated, we are ready and willing to participate in a meeting at the highest level. Let me reiterate, the Ukrainian side is eager for this meeting to take place and is actively proposing it. I have said very clearly, I am ready, please come. We will make sure that all the necessary conditions for productive work, as well as the safety and security of everyone involved, are absolutely guaranteed throughout the entire process. A 100% guarantee, absolutely. But if we're told, we want to meet with you, but you should go over there for this meeting, but it seems to me that these are simply excessive demands directed at us. So I repeat once again, if someone truly wants to meet with us, we are ready. The best time and place for this is the capital of the Russian Federation, the hero city of Moscow, which is situated in the western region of Russia.